Too many V's.
Yeah, it's cool guy way of spelling Ivan. How much longer do I have you, Pat?
I don't know, like 10 minutes or so.
Till the end of time.
Yeah, I think I'm supposed to be at the creek by 1:30, but I think
okay.
So
we could actually just wait till. I know we were saying about talking about Frankenstein, but I didn't. I didn't actually finish it.
It's a very long movie.
Can I say this, dude? Can we? Something happened. Something happened with movies where people go, if it's not 2.5 hours, it's not a like that. That 2.5 hours became the new standard. I go, brother, can we go back to hour 45 to 2 hours for every movie? Because if you go back early 2000s and earlier, most of those movies are like hour 45, 2 hours.
Yeah.
And something happened where a movie has to be 2.5 hours. And when they're not
Quite the
good, when they're not good and you have to watch it because you want to have a fully fleshed out opinion on a podcast, it's exhausting.
And it's funny too because my wife was the one that was like, I want to watch it, and I was like, okay, and she fell asleep like 15 minutes in, and I was like, well, I'm watching it. It wasn't even like necessarily, it wasn't even like, oh, well, I'm this invested. It was just like I can't reach the remote, so I'm gonna end up watching all of fucking Frankenstein, and then I'm gonna go,
Yeah.
Like I said, it's like one of those things where you're like, I gotta watch the whole thing. I think you're getting it already. Even with however far you got it, the fact that you didn't finish it kind of proves the point of like, it's a nice movie, but it's also like you have to like plan for it and shit. And it's like, it's not like, I understand seeing it. I don't think this came out in theaters either. I think this was only on
Netflix. Straight to Netflix.
So it's like, I would have probably seen this in theaters and I would have been more engaged.
Also, there's something about the fact that they know it's going straight to Netflix. Like they know you're going to watch it in your house. That they like go about it differently. I think I got an hour or so into it. The whole thing felt like it wanted to be a limited series. Like just how it looked visually, like cuz I remember I talked about before, big fan of weapons. And actually what's the one? Did you see? I think it's called Eddington with Joaquin and the guy who keeps holding hands because he has anxiety.
No, I didn't. I did not see it. No, I think I know what you're talking about, but I didn't see it.
It was a small town. It was a small town during COVID. It's by the guy who did Hereditary and shit. I think it's by him. And then it just, it starts out just with regular COVID crazy stuff, and then you watch it and you go, oh, I remember that. And then the ending goes absolutely fucking insane.
Yeah.
It's a very good movie, but like there's something about it. You watch this movie going, oh yeah, they made this intending for people to watch it on a giant wall. And it's the same thing when I rewatched Weapons. Weapons is a great movie, but you watch it and you go, yeah, they had the mindset of like, this is going to be on a big fucking wall. You can tell watching Frankenstein, you're like, they shoot the movie differently, knowing people aren't going to watch it in the theaters. And I go, no, like it's the same way as like, people are going to be listening to your album through shitty headphones or on your iPhone speaker, but you should produce it being like, oh, they're going to have the best headphones and the best system. Cause like, if you start there, the downstream from that, in my opinion, is still going to be great. And it's still going to feel bigger than just like shitty little headphones or shit, or in the context of a movie. Oh, you're just watching it on your fucking shitty little TV at home or stuff. And it's like, that was the big thing. Movies don't feel big like they used to.
The thing that that's the one thing I do kind of appreciate about Del Toro's movies is the fact that he has he still uses like practical and special effects.
I respect practical.
You know what I mean? Like, so he'll build like big animatronic things, or he'll have other things, and he does that really well. And like also like ultra violence. He has like super crazy violent shit in Frankenstein that I really appreciate. That I also feel like some of which was probably practical as well, like blood splurts and shit like that, like big, huge bloody scenes and shit like that. But it's all, after a while, I'm like watching this and I'm like, what of this is actually real? at this point? You know what I mean? Like, is it just the fact that it's like, because that, you know, like my biggest complaint about a lot of movies nowadays is just like it's just like you're watching a video game. And I like video games, but it's also like I don't want to. I don't know. It just doesn't. It doesn't. It takes away all of the effect in my
Are you saying
opinion.
like the visual quality feels like a video game?
Just yeah, in general, like, and just the fact that like everything is fake. Everything I'm watching is fake.
Yeah.
You made everything to look like it was supposed to be real, but every time you do that, it looks fake. And then you see shit that's completely made up, like Avatar. I saw a preview for the next Avatars coming out or whatever,
Yeah.
and it's like, and I saw it on in 4D Max, blah, 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 like all this crazy shit, and I'm just like, it's just a really cool cartoon. It looks really like a really cool cartoon, and that's why I'm like, I'm not amazed by it necessarily, even though I know that takes a lot to do that. But it's also like any actual human being that was involved with this is behind a screen or in front of a green screen. Like you didn't find a tropical place to film. You just are all looking at tennis balls and reacting, or you are tennis balls
Yeah.
and you are, you know
And
what I mean? So it's like
I
it
think we
just takes all of that magic away. There's no more. It's changing, but I don't like the change because I still know that there are human beings that can act, and there's
well to me, and we kind of talked about this before on an episode of No More Heroes. To me, it's like I don't care if the whole movie's CGI'd the fuck out. It's like because like fucking what like Sin City, that whole thing was in front of green screens, but Sin City still fucking rips. And I was even given
it was
I was
based on a comic book. You know what I mean? Like, so they wanted to make it like that was a truly original new thing, but it was. You're right. That is a good point.
sure, but even if it wasn't, it would still be a good movie.
Yeah,
And then like I always show love to the Michael Bay. Definitely what you're saying, he does that with some of the Transformers movies, but I got to show Michael Bay love. I thought the Ninja Turtles one was like really fun to watch and visually and stuff.
yeah.
It's what it is. It kind of goes back to some stuff we were talking about earlier with like I think some of the technology is it takes away the Cell Rat's kind of saying it. There's a lack of art in the movies now when you just go, all right, I'm not an expert on how they fucking do this, but
They're
watching
like
it as
render.
yeah, like,
and
and
like
then you
perfect.
click the button and then the computer does it. And it's like, I don't want to watch something a computer did. I want to watch something a computer helped a human make. It's
Right.
like, let the human still, and that's kind of, in my opinion, more of what it is like, you have a lot of this stuff where, people think we're not going to notice it. And I don't even know if some of it we're overtly noticing, but you feel it.
Yeah.
You feel when it's like less, when it feels more plastic and sterile.
Yeah, when I'm watching Frankenstein, I'm like, this is cool, but I'm also like, it's just like, I'm just like, fake.
It doesn't feel, yeah,
fake.
It didn't feel dynamic. They did the thing too where it's like, we're going to put a lot of shit in the shadows to cover it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're like, you can tell when you're covering it up to make it like, to like, stretch it a little bit to try to make it like
the reason I liked the Mandalorian as like it was one of my favorite.
It was the Star Wars one, right?
Yeah, newer Star Wars like what is it? Show or movie?
Show, yeah.
Content. That was my favorite because of all of the the puppets, the practical effects, the fucking actual robots that are like designed to just fucking boop and beep in real time, and you're like, and you can CGI their mouth, or you can put a fucking dub of the sound in afterwards, or something like that, and it works. It works.
You know what's a great example?
You can't. It ain't broke, don't fix it, kind of thing. Like,
it's a great example. Like, you remember what was it, Labyrinth back in the day?
Mm-hmm.
That movie, like, it's so obvious how fucking fake that movie is.
Yeah.
But it had heart and personality.
It's engaging. It's like there were performances by the little fucking the little guys. You know what I mean? Is that similar?
Yeah. What?
The little crow.
Yeah, there was definitely dudes in Labyrinth that went, you're not wrong.
Was in Labyrinth? Yeah. It's like stuff like
that. It
was
David Bowie and the Occult. And he was legit. It was David Bowie.
He was doing this.
I'm gonna sing and you'll get your friend when I'm done with the song if you do my tasks.
put a little smidge of fucking thing. Like Ghostbusters is another one that's like, it's a mix between if they had better CGI at the time and then throwing a puppet every once in a while, like we all know it's fake. You're not gonna fool us. You're
And that's
never ever
actually
gonna fool us. So
this is why
stop trying to fool us.
This is why we're locked in, because that's kind of going to the point I was just about to bring up, where it's just like the audience, like, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of dumb fucking people in the world, but when it comes to like little shit like this, the audience isn't fucking stupid. Like, you can, again, if you don't overtly notice it, you can feel it when it's just fake and uninspired.
Right. So like I don't mind CGI, but it's just like pick and choose your moments. Like and if it's all gonna be CGI, I don't really give a shit. Because like there is something about like I don't know what it is. I think I think the last fully animated movie I went to see, maybe I might have seen one of the Despicables. I can't remember, but it was like I feel like it was 8 Crazy Nights.
With all the deer shitting?
No, yeah, the Adam Sandler one with the animated one about like the weird basketball guy or all that. I can't even remember all of it, but like,
no, it's Adam Sandler. Yeah, you're right.
So like, I just I don't really give a shit usually about full length animated movies unless it's like a Pixar or a DreamWorks jam. You know what I'm saying? Like,
did you see the Super Mario Brothers?
Oh yeah, but not in
That
theaters. No, not in theaters. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying in theaters. Like I'm not going to go to a theater to go.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm personally not going to see most movies in theaters at this point. It's also more of a money thing at times.
We just did Predator in 4DX, which is nuts, brother.
Look good.
I wish it was just a movie like that didn't have the shaky chairs. We didn't know that it had shaky chairs. So.
Oh, 4DX. Yeah, that Lemaire described it. That sounds very stupid.
It was terrifying. I was sitting next to Jibs. It was if Dave had sat in our same row, it was me, Dave, Jibs, and
the whole
Dom.
chair would have just busted out.
Brother, it was crazy. And I kept looking over at Dave, and he was like holding his drink like this, and he's just going,
yeah.
And I'm like, put your drink down.
Yeah, dude, when Lemaire showed me the video of it, I was like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
It's pretty cool because then when they're like flying and they're high up in the air, you feel like a nice breeze. And like sometimes when they're over by a waterfall, you feel like a slight breeze with a little bit of mist like hitting you. And you're like, oh my God, it's like I'm there. Whoa. Yeah. But then he picks up a sword and your chair goes. And it's like, that's not how people pick up swords. It's not like I go like, here, I'm going to get the remote.
That's one of the best examples of that's one of the best examples of an uncreative person being like, I have a great idea. And you're like,
that will spill your soda.
Yeah. You're like, you know what the best part about watching a movie is? Just getting jerked.
Just getting fucked up by your snacks and just covered like it's goddamn tarred and feather with soda and goddamn popcorn.
You know what I'm missing? Honestly, Pat, you know what would have really helped Frankenstein for me is just in the middle of it is Steph walked out and just fucking shoulder checked me.
And just started shaking you and just like, oh yeah, this is better.
This is such a good movie.
It's because of the electricity on the screen. That's why this is happening. Yeah,
I would not have understood what was going on, but now I'm really feeling it.
Oh, I just got punched. You know what I mean? Like you're like it doesn't happen like that. So
yeah. The other two things that was like keeping me bored during Frankenstein was it was like so much the Frankenstein story that you're like, brother, because like we all know the Frankenstein story
to an extent. That's what I was saying. I wanted to kind of watch one of the originals, like the actual the content, what's that, intellectual property IP. But like, because I was saying like I don't know how much of the original story I know because I know Dr. Frankenstein.
But what I'm saying is like procedurally, we know like he wants to figure out how to reanimate. He gets he like does the experiments. He finds dead bodies. He's got the fucking thing he's got the big tower for the electricity. Frankenstein's monster. I go, yeah, that shouldn't have taken a fucking hour. And he didn't even reanimate him yet. And I go, yeah, it's like, it was like when every comic book movie came out and they spent fucking 2 hours hitting you with the origin story, and you're like,
Yeah.
I really would like to see a little bit more Iron Manning right now.
Yeah.
I know who he is. Can I see more Iron Manning? And it's like that was another big thing. That's why I do want to finish it at some point, because I would like to, because I saw screenshots of the Frankenstein guy. He looks cool and interesting. And I know you were saying like the regenerative stuff. Yeah, like, oh, that was the other thing that was bothering me in the opening scene with Frankenstein. It's a big pet peeve of mine, inconsistent strength.
Yeah.
He could flip an entire boat, but a gunshot throws him back. Like,
Yeah.
very inconsistent strength.
Yeah. A gunshot from like distance, even.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like where you're like, whoa, that's kind of crazy.
Well, you don't understand. There's 4 guns on this one gun, and that's the strong gun.
Yeah.
And then oh yeah, also too, it felt very like, I don't know. I give it a little bit of a pass because it felt like this was more for girls.
Yeah,
With
I think so. Yeah, it was a very Beauty and the Beast,
Yeah, all the outfits. The main character is just like when he was like looking at different dudes getting hung, figuring out which one he wants. I go, oh, I don't like, this is a bad guy. You're not doing anything to make me kind of like fucking Breaking Bad. Like all the characters are bad, but they're like likable in a weird way and a shit like that. They weren't doing any of that, and I just go like, oh yeah, I just watched this. I'm watching this movie about this weird scientist that has mommy issues.
Yeah, no, it's weird, and it's you find out it's more daddy issues after a while.
Oh
because
yeah,
because he does the thing, but I mean, I don't want to give any more of the. It's not much.
It's fine.
There's more to it. Like obviously, well, it just feels like he immediately creates this monster. I don't know how far you got. He does create the monster finally. Yeah. I do like how he got the body parts too. That's pretty cool. Whereas like like he just goes like, oh, these are fresh ones from a battle just recently. Like he's like they're finding out like it's happening during a war. And they're like, oh, that the way he's getting to practice so much is because he's getting so many fresh bodies that are just laid out on the battlefield from like soldiers and shit. Yeah. So like I thought that was a pretty cool touch. But again, I don't know if that's part of the original or not, whatever. But he when he finally makes them and then he's like dumb as hell, he gets like pissed off at him. And he like chains them up downstairs and he's like, and I'm like, he immediately kind of turns into his dad.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh. And then you're like, is this just like an allegory or some shit? And it's just like, and then for some reason, like it was just essentially a thing of like, he had this desire to create life, but not in a traditional sense. And even when he did, it was still like a traditional, like a baby. He made a baby, essentially, a big old baby. And he was just like, ugh. He's like, I just wanted to make a fucking dude so I could like make a bunch of money and be infamous forever and all this other shit. Instead, I made this fucking retard. And he's just like, God damn it. I hate you, you stupid retard. And that was it. And like, and like all he needed was just a fucking nice guy. You find out all the Frankenstein needs is a dada. And then all the fucking Frankenstein needed was a dada. And neither one of them have a dada. And you see how either one of them
they act sans dada.
Yeah, they have no dada.
Yeah, so, as you're explaining this, and it reminds me of, I made the joke on the last stream saying like it's why they called it Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein.
Yeah,
but like it does feel like there's this vibe of like, well, everyone's hyped on Frankenstein, so like we'll just fucking Frankenstein the fuck out, and you're like, nah, like everyone knows Frankenstein. Like,
you know what I want to see Frankenstein? I want this. Yeah, I want that. I want a little bit of that. I feel like I got very little.
Well, that was the thing. That's why I want to kind of finish it.
I want Nate drunk.
Well, that was the thing. That was the thing too. Like I want to finish it to get the full, because I don't want to. I'm only halfway through. I don't want to say flat out it's for girls, but it does really feel like it's for girls because I saw pictures of Frankenstein. And I go, hey, he's hot. Like, why is he hot?
Yeah, he's like
weird.
Ripped. And like I said, he's just so misunderstood, man. There's like they mixed it with Beauty and the Beast for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And like it's because I told you before, I'm like, I've been seeing people talk about this, and I'm just starting to it's this like weird obsession girls have with like I want literally a monster. I think it's and maybe that's why you and me are married. Like we benefit from that, but still,
Yeah, we are beasts.
yeah, we are. We're Frankenstein's monster. We're Wolfman and the Beast all in one. But yeah, I feel bad being this critical because it is funny. Like cosmically, it's so funny to me because they worked on that for months and they put a bunch of money into it, and like everyone got to pay their mortgage and everyone made a shit ton of money off of it.
Yeah.
And then it's like it's done, and you're like, hey man, that kind of sucked.
Well, I want to say you're right. Maybe I should give it a
no. It's art. It deserves the critique. I'm just saying it's always funny to me when like so much effort gets put into something and then it just is okay.
Like I want to say this: if this is canon, like if this is the Frankenstein story,
yeah,
and this is like how all of them are, like essentially, but he just expands on a couple parts, then what I would say is, movie's okay. Frankenstein sucks. The movie,
yeah.
like, what I'm saying, the story sucks. If this is simple, what I'm saying, like if this is like,
No, I get what you're saying.
I want to be honest, I want to be true to the original, source work in this case, but I don't. You knock it off. Hey, who was that guy on stream that got in trouble? I'm about to shot collar my cat. Watch this. This is my mouse.
Oh, you're about to.
No, I'm just gonna huck it at her. Hold on.
Yeah. Yeah. That I gotta look more into that, but that was so funny. He's like, I didn't shock my dog. It just yipped at the same moment it looked like I pressed a button.
Yeah, okay, get over it. No,
crazy timing.
But yeah, I would say like just in general, like that the story of Frankenstein, if it is all of this, like if it none of this, again, like he can expound on certain parts and stuff like that, but if like this is just a true to the original
that's
source work, then I would say I'm not going to put it all on Guillermo, because again, visually it looks cool, and again, I don't know, I think there's quite a couple of scenes where I'm like, oh, this was like he built a set, it looks like, or he fooled me, which is cool too.
Well, I will give him props. He did you saw Superman, right?
Yeah.
He did what he was kind of doing whatever the thing they did in Superman, like visually, which I think it's actually kind of cool. There is a little part of me that like hopes that catches on a little bit, because for the right movie, that's a cool way to film stuff. So I liked that. And
fuck off.
But bro, you can't talk to Dom like that. But like after
she was sneezing earlier, I was gonna scream at her, but I was like, I don't know if they can hear her sneezing, so I don't know if the bit will work or not.
Yeah, because I experienced that with my fucking TikTok. When people don't get the joke, they're like, "Oh, you're a fucking DV or domestic violencer." Yeah. Oh yeah. But like based off what you were saying about the ending that I haven't watched yet, this feels, because it almost reminds me of when we talked about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and I remember I had the book that Tarantino wrote, and I go, I like this because I liked Once Upon a Time in Hollywood so much. Yeah. If you don't care about that, you probably aren't going to like the book.
And that's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly.
I think what's going on with Frankenstein is I go, if you're a Frankenstein head, brother, you're going to have a wonderful fucking time with this movie. But just as a standalone movie,
yeah, it's
like I go into this going like, yeah, man, I know Frankenstein, and you're just giving me classic Frankenstein. I mean, it's a great, beautiful movie, but from a story standpoint, I don't feel like you're giving me anything new. That was like one of my biggest gripes. And it just, it felt like it was for a girl fucking rubbing her pussy with like a tentacle dildo.
Same thing with Nosferatu, when they're like, Nosferatu's got a fucking mustache, and he's got a fucking pussy duster, soup sifter. Yeah, come on, he's going, let me clear her off her spot here.
Yeah, hey, don't worry.
My name is Dracula. And he's just like, that means come sit on my face. Let me clear you off a seat.
Yeah. So now I liked Nosferatu.
He showed dong. He showed dong in that fucking movie. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that was missing in this movie.
Yeah, really.
Frankendong.
I liked. Oh, Frankendong.
There was no Frankendong.
Oh, but there was Ferratong.
Yeah, Nosferatu.
Yeah. I like that movie, but a lot of it too was also just like, I feel like with like movies like this, they appeal to that part of the girl brain where they're like, I don't know, because there's like Nosferatu had a lot of cucking in it. It was just,
Yeah,
it's not that it wasn't a good story. It was just like uncomfortable as a guy to watch. Where you're like,
too
this is too much.
sensual.
Yeah, I can't watch a guy get cucked this hard.
And
It's
like
like a
in Frankenstein, he's just misunderstood, buff,
yeah,
fresh bodied dude that's just can't not get hard. Ugh, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
it has those moments where you're just like, all right, enough. You know what I mean? Like that would be yeah. That's it's pretty funny too. Like what if he was making his
Oh, what
son?
Derek just said?
Yeah.
That would. Oh wait,
I'm
sorry.
sorry. You go ahead.
We keep doing it. Frankendong would be hilarious. He has a micro and gets a hog bolt. That would rip.
Yeah,
He's
like
just
that's
like, father, I just want a big penis.
he kept like he basically like it's the amount of time it took him to get to making the monster, like you said, and then how quickly he was like unimpressed with his invention. You know what I mean? Like how quickly he was just like, this idiot.
Well, because
You know what I mean?
it
Like
almost.
he was like he spent millions of like that guy's dollars. And,
Well, there's a huge dude. There's like a huge parallel. There's a huge parallel with all these guys making AI,
yeah,
where it's like you see Elon Musk being like, "Yeah, AI is getting out of control, and I think it's going to run everything." I go, "You made it, some of it."
yeah. You made
Like,
it, did some of it.
and yeah, it's like you're a part of this, and then it's like you see dudes like Sam Altman are also like, "Oh, here's the problems that could happen," and it's just like. You were the guys who made it, and then everyone saw the problems ahead of time, but you still kept doing it. It's just like you're a dumbass. I don't have time to feel bad for you, Dr. Frankenstein. You're a dumbass.
Yeah, so like that essentially if this is a true to form Frankenstein story, I would say I would give Frankenstein a D, but I would give Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein a C or B plus. A B minus. I would say B minus or C
Okay.
plus because I would just be like it was still a good movie. Like it looked cool and like it was kind of hard to tell what parts were super duper fake. There were
Yeah.
so some really obviously super duper fake parts, but then also there's like, and then again like the regenerative thing, all that other shit. So we can finish the conversation once you finish the movie, but
Yeah, I'll try to
I actually
finish
have to
the
go
movie.
for now. Actually,
Yeah. I had a feeling you had to get out of here. All right,
yeah.
guys, thanks for hanging out. We will be back. Oh, I'll be back tomorrow. I don't know how many days you're available this week,
Yeah,
but
I should be. I was planning Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays on a regular basis, so this is actually a treat for you guys.
ooh, you got a little extra patty this week.
At least Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, if not every day. So
Yeah, I'll be here every day. Pat will be here most days. Yeah, man, this is great. We'll see you tomorrow. We love you guys. Be about it. Peace.
bye bye.